Next, I'll ask Brian Miller to come up and give us a natural resources update. Theresa Dirksen normally does this, but Theresa's daughter qualified for state and cross country, which is awesome. So she's running today. So Brian.
All right, good morning again. So Red Wing Nature Preserve, which is just east of the St. Mary's Boat Club, over by the state park office. I think Teresa's showed you guys visuals where that's going to be. We did start it up October 13th. You can see the water coming out where the rocks are. That is the standpipe where the water comes in. There's just another photo of it. So the water is being pumped from what we call the Fries Channel across Edgewater Drive into this wetland, and then it's going to return back to the lake. So it's going to be our first one over the northeast corner of the lake. So we're pulling water directly out of the lake, run it through the wetland and back in. So the idea is when this all gets seeded, it is all seeded, but when it takes off, you can walk around this as well. There'll be a trail around this and eventually tie into the state park's walking trail, which is called Red Wing Trail. So if you want to park and look at this, if you would take 703 from here, going to St. Mary's, once you pass the Legion, once you pass the skating rink, on the right, once you get past the skating rink, on the right, you'll see a small gravel parking lot. You can pull in there and park, and you can walk out and get a very good view of this. So very excited about that. That will pump about, we should be able to pump about 400,000 gallons a day during the growing season starting next year. So I know Dave is working on a sign, so then there'll be a sign installed there too for the parking lot. Prairie Creek update, we did open up bids and awarded this. Just this week we awarded this. And this will be to make the intake structure at Prairie Creek. Right now when we pull the water out of Prairie Creek, it's just north of the 219 bridge. And the pipe sits right on the creek, and we've had a lot of issues over the years of there's so much sand comes down Prairie Creek that it gets into the pumps, wears the pumps out. And so we're going to set that back away from the creek a little bit like we've done on some of the other ones. So that's going to help with the maintenance of the pumps. And then also, she doesn't have a good photo on here, but there's going to be a change made to the first two settling ponds. We just have learned as we go, because if you remember correctly, Prairie Creek treatment train was first constructed in 2012, and then we did an expansion in 2014. And so we've learned a lot since then. And so there's going to be a larger settling basin to when the water first comes in there, which will really help things out. And then also there's going to be an observation platform installed back there that was donated by Dynamic Weld out of Osgood. So back in the northeast corner, there will be an observation platform, and that'll be installed as part of this project. So then Beaver Creek, which is down south of Montezuma by the airport, we received an Ohio EPA 319 grant, which is going to allow us to add a second pump there, so we can pump twice the quantity of water going into next year. So and Stephen and Theresa, I'm assuming they'll be here next month, but I know we fell just short of, the pumps are off now, all the treatment trains, and we fell just short of 1 billion gallons this year. So, but Stephen will reveal that at the next meeting. So that's it.